We all love having food and enjoy eating with friends and families. Nowadays, to make things easier, we have convenience foods that are readily available in the market for sale. Such products are produced by manufacturers who understand the physics, biology, and chemistry of food. But how much of an understanding do we have about processing, packaging, and preservation of products that we use on a day to day basis? Not much, right? So, here I am to help you understand the science behind formation, processing, packaging, and preservation of these products. Let's get started with our first product, which is milk. Milk is the first drink that is consumed in the morning, either in the form of coffee, tea, or hot chocolate. Whatever form it is consumed in, we like it because of the satisfaction it offers to our senses. Milk is mainly consumed for two reasons. Its source of nutrients like sugar. When you have proteins, you can get proteins from it. Fats or lipids, and to some extent, if your milk is fortified with vitamin A and D, it is also a source of these vitamins. Second, because there are a variety of products that are derived from milk that confer great organoleptic properties to your food and are capable of triggering our sensory organs. Be it cheese in your pizza, which has great stretch properties, or be it the gel-like substance that you would like to consume with a spoon, that is your yogurt, or mouth-watering butter. We like it for the sensation it offers us as a consumer. Although it might seem to be a plain fluid, there must be something that contributes to the unique ability of milk to form foods like yogurt, cheese, and sweets like rasgulla. So let's take a look at the microscopic structure of milk. Milk is an oil and water emulsion where we have fat globules, proteins in the form of casein and lipoproteins floating around in the continuous phase, which is water. One characteristic feature of emulsions is that they are usually formed between two compounds that do not like to interact with one another. In case of milk, it is fat globules and water that do not like to interact with one another. So we need a third agent called as emulsifier to stabilize the system. In milk, proteins in the form of casein, they act as emulsifier as they have hydrophilic groups that can readily interact with water and hydrophobic groups that can readily interact with lipids. With this pretext in mind, let's differentiate between raw milk and commercially available milk. I still remember when I was young, we had 3 cows at home that delivered fresh milk. We kept some amount of fresh milk with us, and the remaining fresh milk used to be sent to other houses via a milkman. This milk in its purest form is called as raw milk. The milk as such has much lower stability than commercially available milk. Why? Because it is susceptible to something called as creaming or flocculation. This is because, as I mentioned, fat globules, it does not like to interact with water. So what happens is all the fat globules present in the milk, they come together, they try to interact with one another, forming a layer of cream. So this is some sort of physical instability issues with milk. So what is done industrially is that we have something called as homogenization, wherein we subject the raw milk to this process of homogenization in order to break down the fat globules present in raw milk, which are of let's say micro scale, to fat globule size of nanometer scale. When this happens, you have more fat globules disposed well within your continuous phase, which is water, and more proteins can bind to these fat globules, conferring it the desired stability during the shelf life. Thank you for staying with me through the video. In the next video, I'll be discussing how we can extend the shelf life of milk using high temperature treatment. Until then, merci beaucoup.